decadent, sinful, guilt-inducing, fattening. When we think of chocolate, those are usually the terms that come to mind. But in addition to making our taste buds water and fill our hearts with joy, can it also be good for us? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Hello friends, and welcome to today's episode of For Heather or Worse. I am your host, Heather. In this episode, I am going to share with you 5 of the main benefits of chocolate and some healthy ways to include it in your life. I love chocolate. I eat some almost every day, and it makes my heart sing to know that when I do, it's not only my taste buds thanking me, it's my entire body. Personally, I prefer a dark chocolate that has at least 70% cacao, but I can get down with a smooth 85% too. What kinds of chocolate do you like? Are you so badass you can rock a 90%? Let me know in the comments. And how do you enjoy eating it? My fave is to break off a small piece and nibble it slowly, possibly with a glass of wine. But anywho, let's get started on that list, shall we? Number 1, amazing amount of antioxidants. As I have mentioned in previous episodes, antioxidants are incredibly important to help our bodies fight off the damaging effects of free radicals. This Medical News Today article outlines the general definition of free radicals and the effects they can have on the body. We don't have to get too in-depth with our understanding of the chemical composition of these little buggers, but it is important for us to know that a multitude of studies show they may be directly linked to most of what we consider to be age-related diseases, cardiovascular health, nervous system diseases like the various dementias, autoimmune and inflammatory disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, a decline in vision, diabetes, genetic degenerative diseases like Parkinson's, and the physical appearance of aging. So what can we do to keep free radicals at bay? Well, eat more foods that have a high amount of antioxidants, of course, and lucky us, dark chocolate is among the highest of the superfoods for antioxidant activity. Yeah! This study, published by the Chemistry Central Journal's Springer Open website, concluded that in comparison to the powders and juices derived from fruits commonly considered superfruits, cocoa powder and dark chocolate had the most concentration of antioxidant activity. Number 2, balances out cholesterol. Now, this refers right back to number 1 due to its awesome antioxidant properties. But wait, how do antioxidants help us fight against cholesterol? You see, there is this particularly nasty form of LDL, or the bad cholesterol, that is called oxidized LDL. And that's LDL cholesterol that has interacted with those free radicals. This in turn makes the LDL particle reactive and capable of damaging other tissues, including the lining of the arteries of your heart. Ow! Fortunately, this is where those amazing antioxidants come in. They do their damage control on the free radicals, making them less likely to radicalize the LDL molecules. According to this Healthline article, cocoa powder was found to significantly decrease oxidized LDL cholesterol in men. And it also increased HDL and lowered total LDL for those with high cholesterol. That's awesome. Number 3, heart health and diabetes. Oh yeah, eating chocolate can help protect these tickers of ours. Keep in mind, kids, I am not talking about milk chocolate or that travesty known as white chocolate. I mean, what the hell is white chocolate anyway? It can barely even be considered chocolate. Where's the bitterness, the bite, this velvety, dark deliciousness? If you're tired of white chocolate ruining what should be mouth-watering treats, you let me know down in the comments. My chocolate needs to be able to kick my taste buds in the booty. So as I was saying, dark chocolate contains flavonols that are able to stimulate the endothelium, or lining of the arteries, to produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide in turn sends signals to the arteries to relax, lowering resistance to blood flow and reducing blood pressure. According to that same Healthline article, there are several controlled studies where cocoa and dark chocolate were shown to improve blood flow and lower blood pressure. Effects have so far been shown to be pretty mild, so definitely don't swap out your blood pressure meds for a bar of chocolate. However, several observational studies indicate that regular ingestion of cocoa led to an average of a 50% decrease in high blood pressure and heart disease. So, yeah! And in regards to diabetes, these two studies assert that flavanol-rich dark chocolate is effective at lowering insulin resistance, making participants less prone to diabetic reactions. Number 4, skin protection from sun damage. So you know those flavanols we were just talking about? Well, as it turns out, they may also be great at helping our skin be less sensitive to UV rays. In case you didn't know, some of us can't be in the sun for very long without our skin starting to get pink or even red. Apparently, that is called the minimal erythemal dose, or MED, and it is different for each one of us. And this study, over a 12-week period of 30 people daily consuming a 20-gram portion of high flavanol chocolate, resulted in their MEDs more than doubling. This white girl says what? So if you're one of the more melanin challenged, you might want to load up on some super strong dark chocolate in the weeks or months prior to hitting the beach. Number 5, improves brain function. So much the same way that high flavanol chocolate helps to improve blood flow for increased heart health, it might be able to do the same for brain health. This small study on 16 young and healthy volunteers showed an increase in blood oxygenation level dependent signal activity in response to a cognitive task after 5 days of high flavanol cocoa consumption. And another study on elderly participants showed a marked increase in cognitive ability after an 8-week period of daily consumption of beverages containing 990 milligrams of flavanols. And honestly, I think that's really cool. Bonus! Darn it, I just can't help it. I freaking love chocolate and it makes me happy. So, it's my theory that because I love it so much, it increases the serotonin levels in my brain, helping me stay the positive and perky person that I am. I don't have any actual proof, but that's my theory and I'm sticking with it. Ha! And remember, the higher the cocoa content, the more flavanols you're getting, so please try to avoid milk chocolate and those containing lots of sugar. Your body will greatly appreciate you. Now you may be thinking, Heather, enough of all the science talk, could you please get to showing us how we can actually use it? Well friends, are you ready to get into some DIY madness with me? There are a lot of ways to enjoy chocolate, and most of those involve eating or drinking it. But today I'm going to show you how you can use it as a super hydrating body cream. And this is the only way you will get me near anything resembling white chocolate. You might be thinking, white chocolate? But she hates white chocolate. And how on earth can it be good for our skin? As it turns out, when the cocoa bean is processed, yes, it's more science, it is eventually separated into its two components, cocoa butter and cocoa solids. Dark chocolate is a combination of sugar, cocoa butter, and cocoa solids in varying proportions, while white chocolate is just the cocoa butter, sugar, and milk, with no cocoa solids at all. And that's where all the flavor comes from. It's horrible. Anyway, cocoa butter is quite popular for skincare due to its high fat content and delicious aroma. Many find it works great as a moisturizer and feel it helps to keep the effects of aging at bay. Please keep in mind that there is no definitive scientific proof that it is any better than other moisturizers, but if you're looking for something that feels good, smells good, and you can make at home to avoid using products with a bunch of additives, I say, why not? This particular recipe I found requires 1.5 tablespoons of beeswax, a 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon almond oil, 3 tablespoons coconut oil, 2 tablespoons cocoa butter, 2 to 3 drops of vitamin E oil, plus some additional drops of tea tree and red raspberry seed essential oils. Figure out what works best for you. If you have a double boiler, use that. If not, a small pot or a glass bowl that can sit in a larger pot will work just fine. Add enough water to that bottom pot to reach the upper pot, but not to overflow. Then put the beeswax in first because it does tend to take a little longer to melt. Once it's on its way to being liquid, go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients, holding back the essential oils. Allow the entire mixture to fully melt until it becomes a warm golden color. If you do want to add the essential oils, you're going to need to first transfer the batch from your double boiler to a mixing bowl and let that cool for an hour. At that point, you can feel free to add however much of the essential oils as you like. Personally, I go by smell, so make it your own. Once you've reached that point, or if you're not adding the essential oils, you can now pour the mixture into whatever airtight container or jar you will be storing it in, and then enjoy. Typically, I avoid using products with beeswax, but it is recommended to help this lotion have more solidity. However, if you would like some options without it, I am including a few additional links of some really great looking recipes. So please let me know in the comments section what you tried and what you liked. As always, you can find all of the links in the description section below to the articles I am referencing, so definitely take the opportunity to do a bit of research on your own. If you like this video, please hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe because I drop a new video every Friday filled with useful and exciting information to help you be the prettiest and healthiest version of you care to be. Is there something you would like to know more about in the areas of health, wellness, beauty, or longevity? Let me know what the next topic should be by posting your suggestions in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next week.